Hello, dear students. First of all, let me introduce you myself. My name is Nazima Elkinova. I'm your new practice student. Um, and from now on, I'll be teaching you lexicology with other practice students. Okay, the topic of our today's lecture is semasiology. And here are our outlines. I have divided my presentation into 5 sections: types of meaning, the causes of semantic changes, semantic structure of English words, nature of semantic changes, and the main semantic aspects of compounds. So first of all, what is semasiology? Semasiology is a branch of linguistics which studies the meaning of words called semantics. And the origin of the word comes from the Greek semasia, which means signification, from semasign, semantikos, significant, and logos, learning. So our next slide is about types of meaning. There are 2 types of meaning. The first one is grammatical meaning. The grammatical meaning is defined as an expression in speech of relationship between words and unites words in big groups such as parts of speech or lexicogrammatical classes. For example, the tense meaning in the word forms of the verbs worked, told, bought, or will work, will tell, will buy, yeah? And the meaning of plurality, the plural form of the verbs. Analysis, boy, boys, type, types, and etc. And the case meaning of nouns, for example, women's, the greengrocers, the opticians. Here, the plural form of woman is exceptional than other plural forms of the nouns. And S, we put apostrophe before S. And the lexical meaning of the word is the meaning proper to the given linguistic unit in all its forms. The word forms of the verb to talk, talks, talk, talking possess different grammatical meaning, but in each form they have one and the same semantic component denoting the process of speaking. For example, to talk means the act of talking, and talks means like chattering or conversation, but they all have the similar meanings. So the next slide, the causes of semantic changes. Semasiology studies the change in meaning which words undergo. The meaning of a word can change in the course of the historical development of language. Changes of lexical meanings can be proved by comparing contexts of different times. Transfer of the meaning is called a lexicosemantic word building. In such cases, the outer aspect of a word does not change. For example, in the Middle Ages, people used to use "the" instead of "you" today. The causes of semantic changes can be extra-linguistic and linguistic. So the next slide is about extra-linguistic causes. By extra-linguistic causes, we mean various changes in the life of the speech community, changes in economic and social structures, scientific concepts, and other spheres of human activities as reflected in word meaning. For example, the change of the lexical meaning of the noun pen was due to extra-linguistic causes. Primarily, pen comes back to the Latin word penna, which means a feather of a bird. And nowadays, people use pen as the name of any instrument for writing. And let's talk about linguistic cause. The main form of linguistic cause is discrimination, differentiation of synonyms, which can be illustrated by the semantic development of a number of words. The conflict of synonyms when a perfect synonym of a native word is borrowed from some other language, one of them may specialize in its meaning. For example, in Old English, the noun tight was polysemantic, and denoted time, season, hour. When the French word time, season, hour were borrowed into English, they ousted the word tide in this meaning. It was specialized and now means regular movement of sea towards and away from the land. Semantic structure of English words. Every word has two aspects: the outer aspect, its sound form, its pronunciation, i.e., and the inner form, its meaning, which presents a structure called the semantic structure of the word. It is known that most words convey several concepts and possess the corresponding number of meanings. One and the same word in different syntactical relations can develop different meanings. Uh, for example, the verb treat in sentences, the wood is treated with chemicals, means that the wood was given chemicals. Yeah, she was treated for minor injuries. They treated me to sweets. It means that they give me sweets. He treats his son cruelly. It means the attitude of his father was cruel to his son. These payments will be treated as income. It will consider it as an income. He treated my words as a joke. It means that he accepted my words, took my words as a joke. So next, polysemantic and monosemantic words. A word having several meanings is called polysemantic. As you know, poly means many, several, and words having only one meaning are called monosemantic. Mono means solo or alone. These words are few in a number. For example, molecule, hydrogen, oxygen. The words hydrogen and oxygen doesn't have another meaning. They have only one meaning, which are monosemantic words. These words are mainly scientific terms. The bulk of English words are polysemantic. The ability of words to have more than one meaning is described by the term polysemy. Different meanings of a polysemantic word may come together due to the proximity of notions which they express. For example, the word blanket has the following meanings: a woolen covering used on beds, a usual blanket, i.e., a covering for keeping a horse warm, a covering of any kind, a blanket of snow, covering all or most cases used attributively. For example, we can say a blanket insurance policy. The semantic structure of a polysemantic word can be distinguished between two levels of analysis. On the first level, the semantic structure is presented by different meaning as the main or primary meaning stands in the center and the secondary meaning proceeds out of it like rays. Each secondary meaning can be traced to the primary meaning. This type of the semantic structure of a polysemantic word is called as radial polysemy and can be presented on the diagram. Let us have a look at the diagram. Look at these words: airlift, airman, airmail, airline. They are all related words, which means the the act that happens above in the air, or a person that works at the airport or something. Yeah. So the next is chain polysemy. The second level of analysis is determined as the semantic components within each separate meaning, where some semantic structures are arranged on different principles. They are not correlated with each other and have variable meanings. This type of polysemantic word can be called the chain polysemy, which means the group of chain polysemy words are not related. They are irrelated. And radial polysemy, the group of radial polysemy words, vice versa, related and have similar meanings. You can guess the meaning. Okay, next, radial polysemy and chain polysemy. As you see from this table, the adjective is dull and high with the different nouns forming new word groups which are distinguished in separate meanings. In most cases, in the semantic development of a word, both ways, radial polysemy and chain polysemy, are combined. So let's look at the table. Here are given examples for the words dull and high. Um, the words dull have similar meanings in these sentences. For example, not clear, stupid, badly, yeah. They are the group of words, the group of words that are radial polygamy. And here, high word has, in these sentences, the word high have different meanings, which means they are the group of words that are chain polygamy. Nature of semantic changes. A necessary condition of any semantic change is some connection, some association between the old meaning and new one. There are two kinds of association involved in various semantic changes: metaphor and metonymy. Metaphor, the origin of the word came from the Greek language metaphora. It means to carry over or to transfer. Meta, between, and phero, to bear, to carry. A metaphor is a transfer of the meaning based on comparison and an association of similarity of two objects, phenomena. Metaphor can be based on different types of similarity. For example, similarity of shape. For example, head of a cabbage. Cabbage actually do not have a head. It means that the part of a cabbage, upper part of the cabbage, the neck of the bottle. Again, the bottle does not have an actual neck. Teeth of a saw or a comb. Similarity of position, for example, foot of a page of a mountain, and head of a chair, and head of a procession. Similarity of function, behavior, for example, lady killer, a man who is attractive and successful with women and can fascinate them. Similarity of color, for example, orange, hazel, chestnut, the gilded youth, a sunny smile. Smile cannot be sunny, you know, black gold, black economy. Many metaphors are based on parts of a human body, for example, the leg of a table, and an eye of a needle, arms in the mouth of a river, head of an army. For example, a river doesn't actually have arms or mouth. It means that the beginning of a river, mouth of a river. A special type of metaphor is when proper names become common nouns. For example, Philistine, a mercenary person. Vandals, destructive people that destroys everything. A Don Juan, a lover of many women. When new words, we use metaphors when new words are needed in order to describe things that did not exist before. We need them to describe the words with the growth of computer technology, and the metaphors that are used in computer language come from many different areas of life. For example, surfing, net, homepage, mailbox, mouse, virus, window. And here are some examples of metaphors. For example, her voice was music to my ears. Her voice was not actually music. It can't be music because it means that her voice was very pleasant and she had the heart of a lion. It means that she's very brave as lion. For me, time is money. The kids at school are all brains. It means that the kids at school are very smart. Okay, next. Metonymy. Metonymy is a transfer of the meaning on the basis of contiguity. It is a change of names between things that are known to be in some way and associating two referents, one of which can have resembles the other. There are different types of metonymy. The name of some person may become a common noun. For example, Sandwich was named after Lord Sandwich, who was a gambler. Gambler means that the person who plays in a gambling games. He did not want to interrupt his game and had his food brought to him while he was playing cards between two slices of bread, not to soil his fingers. So sandwich was actually a name. The material of which an object is made may become the name of the object. For example, a glass. A glass is made of glass and boards, iron, and etc. Names of inventors very often become terms to denote things they invented. For example, Watt was named after James Watt. The name of the place may become the name of the people or of an object placed there. For example, the White House, the administration of the USA, and etc. Some geographical names can also become common nouns through metonymy. For example, Holland is linen fabrics, Brussels a special kind of carpets, China porcelain, and estrogen a sheep fur, and etc. And here are examples, some examples of metonymy. Here are the definition of metonymy. We already talked about it. And the White House declared that we are at war with Mars. The White House is a metonymy for the President of the United States. After leading a rebellion, he seized the throne. The throne is a metonymy for absolute power or kingship. Let me give you a hint. Hint means help here. The Swedes were at meeting. The Swedes stand for business people who were Swedes. The semantic structure of compounds can be divided into two groups, non-idiomatic compounds and idiomatic compounds. The first group of compounds represents meaning which can be described as the sum of their constituent meanings. It means that these compounds haven't changed in their meaning. It is easily to guess because they are non-idiomatic. For example, classroom, bedroom. These words means that they are room, raincoat, night dress, dancing hall, changing room, etc. And idiomatic compounds, the compounds which meaning do not correspond to the separate meaning of their constituent parts are called idiomatic compounds. Idiomatic compounds can be divided into two types: partial, non-complete, changed meaning, and total, complete changed meaning. In the first type of compounds, one of the components has changed its meaning. In this type of compound words, we see the process of alteration of meaning. For example, a blackboard, chatterbox, blackberries. Thus, the main feature of the partial compounds that only one element of the compound words can have changed meaning. And we can guess the meaning of the word, definition of the word. The second type of compounds, it is a process of complete change of meaning or the key semantic aspect has been lost. For example, a ladybird, a tall boy, blue stocking, blue bottle, butterfinger, ladykiller, ladyfinger. For example, if we separate them, they lost their meaning. For example, if we use the words lady and bird separately, they lost their meaning. Lady means woman, bird means a bird. Ladybird is not a bird, but insect, actually. A tall boy is not a boy, but a piece of furniture. Ladyfinger, a small, long, thin cake made with eggs, sugar, and flour. That is all I have to say for today. Thank you very much for your attention.